time. Good intentions don't mean jack shit. All that matters is what you can do. So you can say, you can have the best intentions to wait. Only 3% of the people in the United States actually wait. So I would say if you want to be in that 3%, you know, it's not going to happen by accident. It's going to be the equivalent of, you know, training for the Olympics. So this was a question I actually answered last time. Yes, you can kiss if you'd like to. For me, I don't. Listen, I say all this to say I haven't dated, okay, really. So I've been abstinent for 2 6-year stretches. And every time I say that, I have to tell people that a little over 3 years ago, I actually made a mistake. So it hasn't been 6 years straight. It was 6 years straight when I first gave my life to Jesus. And then the last 6 years, I was abstinent except for one night. I slept with a girlfriend, and it was just a mistake. It was just an accident. And but all that being said, I haven't dated, so I can't imagine the level of temptation when you date, because I haven't loved someone. So I've done a good job of setting up boundaries and removing myself far from the temptation, so I didn't mess up. And I keep girls in the friend zone, and I will date, and I want to date, but I haven't been there. So if it's someone, I would say this: if it's someone that you're in love with and you think, you know, you're moving toward marriage, and I'm sure I'm going to kiss. I'm going to kiss. Now, would I be alone with them and make out? No, I would not, because I know myself. Okay, and most people aren't honest with themselves when it comes to boundaries. They want to pretend that they're stronger than they are. I did the same thing. This is how I backslid for several years, because I was abstinent for 6 years and I thought I was stronger than I was. And I played with fire and I got burnt. And once I started down that slippery slope, I couldn't stop. And it over the next 5 years, it damn near destroyed my life and a lot of my relationships. And I wasted a lot of time. So now my boundaries are up very far. I don't spend time alone with females. So I would say, you know, can you kiss in public? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not a monk, you know, I'm not a priest. So I would say yes, but I would not be alone. I would not Netflix and chill. Well, I wouldn't Netflix with somebody alone. I would not watch a movie with them alone, because that you're setting yourself up for failure. And all that really matters is what you can do. I say that all the time. Good intentions don't mean jack shit. All that matters is what you can do. So you can say, you can have the best intentions to wait. Only 3% of the people in the United States actually wait. So 97 out of 100 don't wait. Now, I don't know how many of them are trying. Most of them probably aren't trying, but only 3% wait. So I would say if you want to be in that 3%, you know, it's not going to happen by accident. It's going to be the equivalent of, you know, training for the Olympics. So you're going to have to be very disciplined and very strict. So, you know, if it's somebody that you feel strongly about, yeah, sure, kiss in public, go for it. But I would strongly recommend being alone with them and making out. Well, I'd have strong boundaries. You know, I know some people. I have some people in my life that waited. One of them is my pastor and his wife. They waited, and you know, they did certain things, you know, to successfully wait. One of the things, and I think this is funny, I always remember, is they could only touch where there were clothes. You know, so anywhere there wasn't clothes. Hold on, wait. Yeah, anywhere. No. They could only touch where there wasn't clothes. Sorry, check that. They could only touch where there wasn't clothes. So like it could touch an arm, a hand, whatever. But if there were clothes over top of it, they couldn't touch there. So you couldn't like make out with them and grab their butt or whatever. So I would say, you know, that's probably a pretty good rule. That's pretty good boundaries. But you know, people ask questions all the time, like, "Hey, what about oral? Can you know, is oral sin?" And yeah, it is. And not only that, but you're still in danger of falling in the sex trap. You're still in danger to bonding with the wrong person. You know, so remember why you're doing this. You're doing this because you want to think with a clear head. You want to be able to evaluate that person with a clear head and see if there's any red flags, anything telling you that you should not be with this person long term. And then listen. And once you're sure, get married as fast as you want and have all the sex. I'm not against sex. Sex is awesome. Sex is amazing. God invented sex. But what we're saying is this is a way for you to find out if it's the right person.
Thank you so much for watching my video on YouTube. I wanted to take a moment here at the end to tell you about something that is not only important to me, it's important to the world. Recently, I wrote a book entitled Why Waiting Works: How Fast Sex Prevents Us from Finding True Love and Long-Term Happiness. It has an average 5-star review on Amazon, and it's written so practically that even readers that didn't agree with my stance on waiting have told me it caused them to reevaluate their lives. So if you or anyone you know is single, or if you or anyone you know is in a physical relationship and not married, I am imploring you to pick up a copy of my book. It literally will take you a maximum of 4 hours to read it and has the potential to change the course of your life. It's one thing to do something that you don't completely understand. It's a whole different thing to do something when you know exactly why you're doing it. And that's what my book is really doing for people. So I just want to thank you in advance. Again, this is something that's important to me, but it's even more important for the rest of the world. And I could really use your help to get the message out. Thank you.